So when you take out a loan and you make these monthly payments, every single month, a portion of your payment is going to the principal or the money that you actually borrowed, and a portion of your payment is going to the interest or your finance charge. So what happens is you're making these monthly payments, you're making payments and making payments. And if you find yourself in a situation where you have a chunk of cash and you can pay your loan off early, it would be in your best interest to do that, because however many months you pay it off early, you don't have to pay the interest for those last handful of months, however long it may be. So when you do that, you're actually saving yourself money, because if you had another 6 months worth of loan payments to make, you might be paying an extra $100 or $2 on that loan. Pay it off early, you don't have to pay the interest on that, with one little catch. Most places don't charge you a penalty if you pay off early. However, that last month that they hold the loan, they still want their interest for that last month. So what I want to show you guys today is to calculate not only your previous month's balance of the loan, but that last single month's worth of interest that you're going to have to pay on top of what you still owe on the loan. Generally, it's not a whole lot. And the calculation is pretty simple. We've actually done it before. I just want to show you how to incorporate with what we've been doing. So there's a couple of formulas on here. We can just kind of skip over most of it. The very last part of this little table, where we're trying to find out how much money we saved by paying off early, we're going to spend a whole day just on that by itself. Maybe tomorrow, might be next week. It just kind of depends on how things play out. So what we're going to have to be able to do is calculate a single month's worth of interest. So that's going to be our dollar amount times our percentage. And the tricky part of it here at the end is the time. Your time is typically a fraction of a year. So if it was like 6 months, it would be 6 out of 12, but we're paying 1 month's worth of interest. So our time for our calculation is going to be 1 out of 12. All right, so let's just jump in and do one of these. So we've got this simple interest loan. We bought a computer for a business. The previous balance, so we've been making payments on this loan. The previous balance was $1,250. All right, maybe the loan was originally a couple $1,000s. We've got it paid down to $1,250, and we're like, hey, we can pay this off and be done. But the bank still wants that last month's interest on the balance that you held from the month before. So we're going to take our principal times our interest rate of 6%. And then to get that time figured in there, I'm going to put in 1 divided by 12. That's basically the fraction 1/12 for the 1 month out of 12 months in a year. But if you just do 1 divided by 12, your calculator, if it doesn't do fractions, can handle that. So that is a pretty straightforward, just type it in your calculator. Our $1,250 balance times our 6% times the 1 month out of 12. We're going to have to pay them an extra $6.25. So our final payment, if we just write them a check for the $1,250, they're going to take it, they're going to cash it, and then a month later, you're still going to have to owe them the extra interest on that. So if you want to pay it off and be done with whatever this, whoever has your loan, you're going to take your previous balance and you're going to add on the current month's balance that we just calculated. So the final payment is actually going to be $1,256.25. All right, so you calculate that 1 month interest and then you add it onto the principal that you had from the month before. All right, these aren't going to get tricky. This is it. You're going to have to calculate 1 month's worth of interest and add it onto your balance. So to get my interest, I'm going to take my $47.50 balance. I'm going to calculate 8% interest for 1 month. So I'm going to owe them an extra $31.67 in interest. So my final payment is going to be that $47.50 balance plus the $31.67 interest. So my final payment is going to be $47.81.67. Okay, no tables to look values up on, nothing funky on this, just there you go.